Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Well, here we go again with the upstate New York audit tour guide, whatever he calls himself now. Excuse me. And the reason I'm doing this is he came into our live stream yesterday and like he wanted to talk. But let me update here. So I did the videos before. He comes on that night. I was sitting here when he made the comments, working on other stuff. He commented, made 3 comments on 2 videos. I replied simply, 1 or 2 sentences to each one, basically shutting down what he had to say. He comes right in behind, deletes it. Then Takedown goes to his channel, wants to talk to him. Doesn't say anything demeaning, belittle anything, asks some basic questions. And Matt here blocks him and says, it's my channel, I can do whatever I want. Okay, fine. Don't be coming in to us then, unless you want a response. Then he shows up yesterday at our live stream. But you know, we're done. You know, he coming in, he was going to say the same thing that he's saying to everybody else. We've heard it all. So I'm going to break this down one more time for Matt. And I'm going to make a video here that might be enlightening. You know, maybe he'll finally take a step back and look at what he's doing. The totality of his actions. The totality of what has taken place since he moved there. I doubt it, but one more try, then that's it. We're done. And the only reason I'm doing it is because he came yesterday to our live stream. We were having a members only giveaway that night, had some things going on. We really didn't want to mess with Matt. But Matt already turned us off. I mean, he already shut us down more than once. 2-3 times he shut us down. So here we go, one more time. This is going to be it. Let me know what you think.
Well, I just came out to give you guys a little update. So the last time I was down here, well, I guess it wasn't the last time, but when I got pushed or whatever, the cops came and filed paperwork for harassment second, because of New York state laws suck. It's only a harassment ticket, but they had to put it in front of the DA, and I just heard back from the state trooper today saying that the case was denied. Now, you guys watched him on camera, you know, push me. I was retreating the whole time that he was coming at me. You know, I didn't say anything to him until he, you know, was talking to me, until he was asking me questions and approached me. So they're probably trying to cry that I was trying to instigate things or whatever, and I don't know how a silent person can do that, you know.
Okay, wasn't going to do it, but I have to cut in there. With his mouth shut, it was never. It was intimidation and instigation all along with his mouth. I mentioned in the last video, set the camera up on the corner, go over and have a slice of pizza, drink a beer, drink a Coke, come back to your camera, check it, go back, co-mingle with the community. Nobody's going to get worked up over anything. They might ask you about it. This was all brought on by you, man. You. It's not the camera. It's the mouth behind the camera. It's the activity and actions of the person that has control of the camera. That's the problem. That's the big picture. That's the totality of it. For God's sakes, man. I got more to say in a minute.
It's absolutely ridiculous. These fucking cops this is getting insane, you know, that they're just letting them do this stuff all the time. The one guy has a t-shirt made with my face on it, talking about taking me to the train station. You know, that's death threats. This guy death threatened me yesterday. The kid that actually pushed me was making death threats in the video, you know, talking about killing me and stuff. And they get away with it. I caught a harassment second for blowing this kid a kiss, an air kiss. And I catch a harassment second. Now tell me they're not out, you know. My court for my felonies is probably going to get screwed. I think I need to reach out to a bigger lawyer. I have the person I was speaking to, or Melissa, about. He's helping me. He's looking at my video footage, and you know, we're gonna FOIA request the cops' body cams. I'm also gonna FOIA request the footage from the village office because I know that that's all on camera. You know, down there where I was standing. That's one good reason why I go hang out down in front of that building when I do my video, my live stream. That way I know I'm on extra cameras. Or maybe just stay low and stop instigating. But that's the problem, media. I wasn't even out here speaking to anyone. The kid that came across the road to push me, he wasn't even on my camera until he come running at me. You know, and then what do you think? I'm just supposed to turn the camera away from him when I know he's coming at me to try to fight me? You know, like, that don't make sense. I wouldn't even have a clue who that kid is. He could have took off. You know, there's no evidence. I'm not out there trying to fight nobody. I never, you know, made threats at nobody or said that I was gonna fight anyone. Sticking up for myself isn't the same as acting tough. Not at all. Grown men don't go out fighting random people and put their families, you know, household in jeopardy. There.
What are you doing for?
What am I doing? Walking?
For no fucking
My fucking camera was pointing down. My camera was pointing down, bud.
You're still fucking.
I wasn't recording nobody. For protection. Because of this. Because of this.
Yeah,
Because I can't walk down the road without someone coming at me.
If you didn't have a fucking camera,
Fucking,
no one would. You
the phone wasn't even recording you. I bet you they leave before I do. Two pending felonies. So,
What did you just say?
I said I have two pending felonies.
Yeah. That's
So,
why the fuck you
yep.
going around snack, dude?
Are you guys gonna gang up on me now?
I don't jump. I don't
Gang
jump.
assault?
I don't
Gang
jump.
assault, alright.
I don't jump. I don't jump. I don't jump. I don't jump.
Listen,
I don't jump.
you do whatever you need to do.
There's nobody on
So,
the streets. Why you keep facing it over there?
my phone is in front of me.
I swear, if you
My
keep
phone
doing
is in
that,
front
I'm
of me.
gonna knock you right clean
Well,
the
I'm
fuck
gonna
out.
be out here for a little while.
Oh,
So,
you'll be out here
if
for
you
a
don't
little
want to be
while.
on camera, if you don't want to be on camera, don't be on camera. Listen, if you don't want to be on camera, don't be on camera.
Don't fucking face it over there.
You're the one putting yourself on camera.
Not one fucking person.
My camera says different. I've met lots of people and interviewed lots of people, bud. More important people than you guys. More important people than you guys.
Not one motherfucker around here.
I've literally talked to the chief of the police or the police department.
No one likes you.
Well, let them care.
Okay, Matt, let's talk about this. First of all, taking you to the train station, you don't know what you're talking about. It's not an insinuation to take your life. Most kids grew up watching westerns. And in those westerns, they used to refer to the train station. We're taking you to the train station was to get you out of town. Not to assassinate, to take you out of town. I've even seen recent westerns. I remember Clint Eastwood western. Of course, not real recent, 30 years ago maybe. Taking you to the train station. That's what that reference is. You're delusional. Now, the kid that doesn't have a shirt on, I don't condone what he's doing at all. But not at one time did you not have that camera up in their faces like you said you didn't. You pointed it to the ground after you said you had it pointed to the ground. It's right there. The fact of the matter is it's not that big a deal because nothing really came of that. Guys act macho. I don't condone him chasing, and he really wasn't chasing you hard around the car. It was more like a dance. There was no physical threat there. He was huffing up, and I don't blame him. I've got the video also of you pointing the camera over at the bar when he was outside of it, mouthing off. You were mouthing off, instigating, antagonizing. Come on, dude. Seriously? Pay attention to this stuff. This may be deep-seated. It may be way deep-seated. Anything but a camera is the last thing in the world you need, because you can't keep your mouth out of it. Set the camera up, walk away from it, let it do its job, check it occasionally, and nobody will speak to you. They won't. But you stand on the corner and insult people, tell people that you're filming people to do DUIs, calling military guys arrogant, that they're better than everybody else. What in the fudge is wrong with you, dude? Come on, man. We really originally reached out to try to help you figure this out, but you denied it all the way through. You come on after the videos were released. You make comments on 3 of them. I respond 1 or 2 sentences. You come right in behind and delete, because I answered the question. What you put down, I legitimately replied to. Then Takedown tried to come over, asking questions, not saying anything offensive or anything, and you block him. Then you show up in our live stream yesterday. What is your motive here? What is your end game? What is it you're looking to accomplish by doing what you're doing? I honestly don't know what the intent is. If surely you have something, some kind of a goal or an end game or something. You're not good at doing this at all. At all. So, what, I'm not sure what you think it is that people don't see that you see, and vice versa. They see what you don't see. It's delusional. It really is. At some point, you have to depend on the masses, not your 4 or 5 people that come on and watch you walk down the sidewalk at night and make up excuses, but the masses. Anyway, all right, get back here and see if we can get through your head.
Psychopaths are often pathological liars. Often they will fabricate blatant lies to give them the upper hand in either the workplace or relationships. They will distort reality to give them power and escape blame for their wrongdoings, often slandering their own victims in the process by acting as if they're the ones who acted maliciously. Even when presented with hard evidence that proves that they were lying, they'll continue making new lies to justify it and continue to reject any accountability.
Dick and cider right now, I'm just out here talking, man. You kept walking back and forth. Actually, I was standing in front of the one building. So I walked down to Stewart's, the same exact trip I do every single day. I did it today. I'm going to do it tomorrow, every day. I walk down to the store, grab a coffee or a soda, and come back home. Hang out for a minute, talk to my subscribers. It's all public. I don't get what the problem is by me being down there in front of the library, standing. I'm not focusing on the bar or anything like that, so people act like I'm out here, with the sole intent to be like recording the bar just only.
It's not just the bar. You're a pathological liar, first of all, because you say that you stand quietly and you don't say a word. That is not true. That's not true. On a completely opposite corner, you initiate a conversation with a guy that goes out to have a smoke and look at his phone. You make some kind of comment to him and he points to his shirt. You say, well, I can't read that. I can't read that from here. Keep to yourself, bud, or whatever. And he does. And what do? You cross the street and go over and antagonize him. You don't stand just stand with your camera. Never. Not any of the. You're constantly talking to your phone. You do it on your night walks. You know, who is it? Who are you impressing yourself? Are you impressing some little twit that lives in Kentucky or something, or somewhere else that goes, yeah, go Matt, go, you the man? What is it? What motivates you to say the things you say? Contradict yourself with your own actions. What in the world? What in the world is it going to take for you to listen to somebody else, or take a deep-seated look into a mirror and look at the totality of things and figure it out? It's your words. They're your actions. You're responsible for them. Nobody else. Nobody can make you do anything. So, yeah, I don't know, brother. You got some work to do, or you just keep doing this and you're just going to end up in jail. You will. It's inevitable. Something's going to happen, and you better hope it's jail and nothing else. I don't wish that upon anybody. Most everything that comes out of your mouth is either, being belligerent, antagonizing, instigating. The totality of this is not good, and thinking that your video is going to help anything. I think you should take every one of your videos and turn them over to your lawyer, or if you're on probation officer. Those people ought to be telling you same thing I'm saying, except maybe you pay attention. You need to stop. You need to stop. I may have already said this, but I'll say it again. There's two things in this life that you can control. You can't control anything else. The two things that you can control: your words and your actions. That's it. You have control over nothing else in the world. Nothing. Nothing. And you're 0 for 2. Now, to change the subject, I want to talk about the Hoover for a minute. Those people didn't ask for this. They don't want this. They're not thriving off of this. It's a pain in their ass. It's like having a seed tick in your nutsack. Yeah, good luck with that, right? They didn't ask for this stuff. Nobody in that town that has felt offended by your mouth or your actions wanted any of this. And they don't want it to continue. You've heard him yell at you. Put the camera down, there won't be a problem, you dumbass. That's exactly what he said. Put the camera down and there won't be a problem. And you think it's the camera. It's the mouth behind the camera. Now, if you're running around doing it without the camera, yeah, something bad will happen. So best thing to do is shut up and put the camera down.
Psychopaths lack empathy. In fact, brain scans of psychopaths show that they have a reduction in functioning in their prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is our most evolved area in the brain and is responsible for things such as empathy, learning from past mistakes using reflection, and forming principles and morals. As such, psychopaths will act callously to other people, using harsh bullying tactics without any remorse. They'll act this way to anyone, regardless of their relationship with them. Their lack of empathy allows them to hurt others and not feel guilt or shame.
Because troll media, I have no interest in the bar. I mean, I don't drink. I haven't been into a bar since I was under 21. It became legal. I don't think it became any fun anymore. I just don't drink. And I don't have no interest in coming down here to become friends with these people. We're not going to be here long enough. We have a 1-year lease. And I'm hoping within that 1 year that I'll have my home built on my property and we don't have to deal with nobody. It's in an even smaller town. I just don't talk to people. I stay home. I take care of my family. My family's the only people that matters. I have a couple friends, you know, that I hang out with, and that's it. I'm just looking for drunk drivers. I'll be here all night. Hope you're not drinking. Man, I wish people would learn how to park. I hate to be that person and cry about little things like that and shit, like little traffic, you know, violations and shit. But some people are just fucking stupid. This car right here, this Mercedes, just went around the telephone pole up onto the sidewalk to park there instead of, you know, parking like a normal person and pulling in. Straight fucking stupid. What? Man, I hate when people rather. Of course, he's a military guy and thinks he's better than somebody else.
Although not all narcissists are psychopaths, most psychopaths do have traits of narcissism inside them. They'll act naturally superior to others even if there isn't anything to warrant their inflated ego. In the mind of a psychopath who exhibits narcissistic traits, they often feel as if being better than their surrounding peers justifies their manipulative and cold-hearted actions. Similarly, they've also reported that those beneath them deserve to be scrutinized and mistreated.
Let's go over here and see what he's got to say. What's up? You got something to say? We came out here. I mean, you got a phone out. That's cool, but you do you. I'm just looking for drunk drivers. I'll be here all night. Hope you're not drinking.
No, the best thing that could happen is for you to ignore everybody else. They're doing just fine. He came out, smoked a cigarette, looked at his phone. You talk about you don't approach anybody, but you do it from the get-go. You do it all the time. And breaking this down for you, man, you have to look at this and say to yourself, something wrong here. Man, I hope those people overdo it. I just hope that town understands there may be some deep-seated issues here. I'm no expert, but all I can do is analyze what I see, what I hear, and what I read. That's all I can do.
One of the textbook signs that someone is a psychopath is a lack of regard for laws, rules, and morals. Most people who are not psychopaths respect rules and laws and have a set of morals that they live by, whether consciously or unconsciously. Non-psychopathic individuals typically believe that cheating and stealing are not appropriate ways to get ahead. Being relatively kind to others is their natural behavior, and that laws are in place to maintain an orderly society. In contrast, psychopaths often have little or no regard for these basic morals and laws that the rest of the world follows. Psychopaths make up 17% of the prison population in America, meaning 93% of American psychopaths are already in prison. This statistic might give you more insight into psychopaths' disregard of morals. Even when a psychopath wasn't caught for acting wrongly, but they still experience hardship in their lives, they feel the need to blame others for them. Sometimes things happen that are out of our control, like getting laid off due to there being a shortage of work. Most people are upset initially and might try to blame the company, but eventually they accept it and move on. Psychopaths, however, often will blame others and hold on to the resentment, sometimes even acting vengefully instead of accepting it and moving on.
So just to get a little content that's pretty cool and some people might enjoy. Something different. Be nice about it and get all that permission. What you doing out here tonight? I miss your audits. Yeah, you're right. Stop resisting. I'm going to get back to all that here soon. I'm just trying to chill out a little bit, you know, and stay close to home while I fight my pending felonies, you know. I don't really want to walk up in a government building, although I haven't had issues yet. But you never know. It could be the next one I walk into where they give me problems. And then that'll help, or that won't help me with my court stuff, you know. This probably isn't helping me with my court stuff either, but if they want to try to use this against me, you know, me just being out here walking around, it is what it is, I guess. Because I'm not going to stop. My probation officer didn't tell me to stop. My lawyer, she tried to ask me, but...
Yes, they ask you, and if they saw the content of these videos, they would plead with you more so. You're not helping yourself. You're not helping your cases coming up. You're not helping your future, your children. You're not doing anything valuable to anyone. To anyone. If you think you're an activist and you want to make case law so that, what is it? Matt Merritt. So it's Merritt versus United States. And you overturn some kind of law and you want your name on case law? Really? I mean, what's your ambition here? What is the end goal? What is the dream? Because what you do is instigate, antagonize, pathologically lie, deny. Dude, you're doing yourself no good. Even taking your walks when you talk to your 5 followers or whoever's on there with you, they don't care about you. If you get arrested, it's amusement for them. That's why a lot of the fraudsters post the stuff they do. It's not because they're activists. It's because they have a YouTube channel and they make money off of it. Whether you do or not doesn't matter. They do. You're following in the footsteps of people. It's almost like an antichrist or something, these guys. You know, these new fraudsters come out of the cracks like cockroaches, and they grab a cell phone, get a stick, hold it up in front of their face, walk around, talk to themselves, maybe to a few people that are paying attention, because the big guys do it and they make big money. But they put their videos online on YouTube under entertainment, not under activists, not under journalism, not under media, under entertainment. Because that's what gets the #1 clicks and views. You misunderstand what all this is. You think that this is real activism taking place. What it is, you're milking the First Amendment for everything it has to allow you to do this and not get your ass thrown in jail. That's what it is. You're not improving the First Amendment. What's happening is creating layers. You're forcing private businesses, the government, to make changes and add another layer of security because some nutbag's running around stirring up trouble with and not just the camera, with what comes out of his mouth behind the camera. Nobody's afraid of cameras. Nobody. That's a fallacy. Long Island Audits makes everybody try to believe that there's fear of the camera. No. I can bring 3 law enforcement officers on here right now to tell you they care less about the camera. It's your words and your actions. The 2 things that you have total control over. Nothing else in life you have control over. Nothing. You control absolutely nothing but 2 things. Your words and your actions. And fraudsters look for conflict to sell their videos. They wouldn't have the subscribers and all if they didn't have conflict, if there wasn't controversy, if it wasn't sticking it to the man. You're gonna stick it to the man. But you don't know what you're doing. You've got to the point where, and a few of the other fraudsters do this. They go to private business, or they may have a government contract or something, so they think they're fair game. No. One day, one of those guys is going to walk up and film somebody like Al Capone eating lunch, and he ain't going to be very happy about it. Stop it. Stop what you're doing. Lick your wounds. Make amends while you still can. For your kids' sake, please.
Psychopaths are some of the most dangerous people in the world, yet they often go unrecognized in society. We might have the stereotypical image of a serial killer or head of a violent mob when we imagine psychopaths, but they're often blended in with the rest of us. In fact, they usually use their charm and lies to make themselves appear even more wholesome and pure than their peers. Unfortunately, it's after they've gained our trust that they begin to do the most damage.